Dala, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to take the time to talk to you all. I know a lot of you have sent me messages, and as usual, I'm pretty backed up with the messages unless you had signed up for consultations and you had put consultations in the subject of the email. Most likely you may hear from me in the upcoming months. I usually get a large volume of emails and requests and so forth and so on, and it usually takes me a few weeks to sort it out. But with the discount from February, I received a lot of email for consultation requests, which I haven't finished going through yet. And of course, this is the time of the year with everything going on. I receive a lot of messages. So I just wanted to take the time to talk to you guys about what is happening right now. And as you can hear from my voice, I'm really not worried or anything like that. I do think that it is cyclic of this planet and of this experience that we've been having to face challenges. So there is going to be challenges that will come your way. I think if you had this idea that there wouldn't be anything challenging at all, you are very, very naive, or challenges are part of what helps us grow, or is part of what makes you stronger, what helps you develop, whether it is personally or spiritually as well. So you will encounter some challenges, and everything will be based on how you face those challenges, how you overcome them. So it's important for you to, first of all, remain calm in whatever situation you are in. Yelling, panicking, that's not going to help you. It's not going to do anything for you. And also, this is an opportunity for you to review and to assess who you are. So this video is maybe a little bit heavy for some of you. It's usually not the way it's usually not the subject I'm very going too deep into on this channel. I usually focus on spirituality, African spirituality in particular, but I do also always underline that personal development in the core is the core of everything. There is no magic if you don't want to transform yourself. That's the magic in itself. You putting in the work, investing in yourself, and changing yourself, changing your experiences, changing how you perceive things, how you view things, and changing how you do act. If you see that the current experience that you're having is not the one that you will want to have or would like to have. It's not about what other people are doing to you or doing to each other. It's about what you are doing to yourself and what you are willing to do in order to change yourself, in order to better yourself, in order to improve your own situation. Everything and anything I'm talking about is about you. It's about you changing yourself, you doing better, you using whatever information I'm sharing here to look at your behavior, to look at the way you're thinking, and to put in the work to improve yourself, to work on yourself. It's not about what somebody else did to you. It's not about what's going on over there or what's going on in the back, what's going on in the front. It's about what's going on with you, how you are thinking, how you are perceiving things. And I think since 2012, a lot of people have realized that the condition that we are in as human beings was changing, was transforming. Before, it was okay to just, hang by, swing by, and let yourself be carried by the current. Now your ignorance is not going to be a shield. It's not going to preserve you from anything. You are gonna be required to put in that work. So you're either gonna do it on your own benevolence, or you're going to be drawn and pulled to do it kicking and screaming. That's your choice. The times we are in are requiring you to look at everything that you do and everything that you've done so far. It starts with your diet, for example. This is about, have you put in the work? Have you looked at what are the foods that really feed and fuel your body? Not because somebody else is telling you so, but because you've tried them, you've changed your diet, you made the proper changes, you've observed yourself to see how you react to certain foods, when it was the best time for you to eat, etc., etc. You had to put in that work yourself. Not listening to other people's videos over and over and over. You had to take on the groceries and eat and see how you feel about it, how you felt short-term, long-term, etc. A lot of people have been on this journey since 2012 more massively. I think there were a lot of movement before that, but 2012 was kind of like the ballpark that hit the masses, and a lot of people, you've seen the emergence of the vegan movement, or all type of movement of people trying to get healthy and trying to be more healthy. And as we progress in this timeline, things are just going to get worse before they get better. Meaning, if so far along you've just been faking it, you've just been repeating what you've heard here and there, but you haven't really put in the work, now you're going to have to do it. So this is one area that you must start to look at very seriously. As you've seen, for example, if you had any type of health issues, it's the time for you to start addressing it. Whether you're looking into the formal healthcare system, what is offered to you, consulting with your doctors and all that, or also looking into alternatives, to looking into natural herbs, it's the time to do it. And to be honest, for some of you, it may be too late. For some of you, you may just be getting started. For some of you, you may have to hit rock bottom in order for you to even get the motivation to get up and start doing something about it. With all of the different movements to get healthy, there have been other movements that are more focused on the superficial movement that are not that useful at this time, and that are going to show their limits at this time. Anything that was superficial is just going to be eroded. It's just going to fall down like with this domino effect. You won't be able to fake it and trying to make it like that. And one good example is that anything that was around the so-called body positivity movement, whether it is for the bigger people, the skinnier people, the smaller people, whatever it was based on in terms of looks, that's going to be able to shed and melt away. If you had any type of problems, health problems as a big person, a fat person, or a skinny person, now is going to be the time to shed all of that. It won't matter what you look like. It won't matter how positive you are about your body if you're not taking care of it, if you're not doing what you need to do to be healthy. And so that's the wake-up call that those times are ringing. And it's not ringing for everybody. So those of a lot of people have been on the journey are already healthy. And those are the people who are kicking back and relaxing at this time, tweaking things here and there. But for the most part, they're not going to be worrying. They're not at risk to begin with. The immune system is up to par, and they're running and going. And this is why you have to pay attention when any type of movement is presented to you. You always have to ask yourself, however good that this sounds, you have to use your own discernment and say, how is this useful to me? Before you jump in, before you apply. I've gotten many questions about what kind of a section or association I'm part of. I'm not part of any association. I'm not part of any movement. I've never preached for any movements. I never prayed for any religion, because I'm not part of that. I'm just being myself on my own path. I never ask anyone to follow me anywhere or do anything for me or do anything like me. I've always stated that what I share on this channel is to help you on your own path, on the path that is yours to live on, not for you to come on mine. If anything, I may be a teacher with whom you cross path. That's it. I want this channel to serve you so that you have some tools, some guidance as you work on your own path. So use your discernment. Not all tools are going to be relevant for you. You see that there are a lot of people on this channel, and all of you have different paths. Some of them have nothing to do with each other. Some of them are even opposite to each other in the way they are meant, or because of the philosophy underlying what is on your path. So stop looking at the next person, or stop looking into what I know, or how I know so much. That's none of your business. The important here is is what I'm saying to you useful? This is the question you should have. Useful because you are having similar experiences that you're trying to make sense of, because there is a loved one, somebody next to you that's having this type of information, that's having this type of challenges, that the information I'm providing may be useful to that person. But it is never for you to join me or to be like me. You can never be like me, and I can never be like you. Because you are unique, and you are to be on your own path. And this is what this whole process is all about. Challenges are there to make you more pure so that you can become more closer to yourself and not to this fake illusion that sometimes you pretend to be. And it is time. The time is now. You've had this grand idea that you talk about to everyone, to whoever is willing to listen. You talk about what you're going to do, what project you have in the future. You want to build a house, you want to buy a boat, you want to do this, The time is now. Stop procrastinating. Think of time as something that's fluid. Something that's fluid and that's escaping your hands and your fingers. Something that's finite. Something that you may be running after and never catching up. So the time is now. There's something you wanted to do. There's a person that you love, that you regret that what you've done or whatever. Do it now. Go and get that person. Go and do and start this project, this business, or that new job. Change the career. Go to the career you always wanted to go. And remember, whatever experience you had before and whatever skills you acquired, it doesn't negate those skills. It just means you're taking those skills with you. You acquire them because they're going to be helpful to you in some type, shape, or form in the new adventures that you're taking with you. It may even be for some of you that you will maintain the job that you have now while you're working on this project. But the point is to start this project that's been yearning, that you wanted to do. Stop being fearful, stop procrastinating, and start investing in that and working on that. You will never know what it can be if you don't put the time and the investment in it. And this video, this message is to tell you that the time is now. It's not tomorrow. It's not in 1 hour. It's not later. It's now. And the experience that we're all sharing now on a global scale is going to accentuate that. If you're not living your own purpose, if you're not truthful to yourself and to who you are and being truthful about it, not in an unapologetic kind of way, twisting your neck kind of thing. There's a difference. A lot of people who say, "Oh, this is just who I am," but do you like who you are? Do you like this type of behavior that you are exhibiting? Because you don't have to be like that. You can change it. And you know how I know people can change is because I've changed many, many, many times. I'm not the 10-year-old that I used to be. I'm not the 16-year-old that I used to be. I'm not the 20-year-old that I used to be. I know I change over time, and so can you. If you put on actions or made decisions and behavior that were inappropriate, that were ignorant, that you shouldn't have put, and etc., then stop being that person and be more of yourself. Because the simple fact that you know that was inappropriate means that this wasn't you. Otherwise, you wouldn't have regret or remorse about it. But even if you did, the point is, no matter what you've done, no matter what had happened, you always have the opportunity to make whatever went wrong, whatever wrong you did right. By investing in it and by changing your behavior and by making different choices. You have the ability to make different choices. Beloved, you have to trust in your power and you have to trust in your own willingness to change. It starts right there. You have to have the willingness to change. And then you have to take on the actions to concretely change and make changes in how you're viewing other people, how you're viewing yourself, how you're viewing the experiences that you are in, and changing your actions, your behaviors, so you are able to make better choices for yourself, but also for the people you love and the people around you, for your community, and for your nation. The last point I will leave you with, the first one being that you have to find the appropriate diet for you. That's the basics, that's where you start. Second, you have to stop procrastinating about the project, the thing that really, really fuels your heart and your passion, and start doing it. And the last one is that you have to start assuming responsibility for your own choices. Doesn't matter what somebody else has said. It doesn't matter who else was going on, whatever someone else did to you, or none of that. You have to start assuming the responsibility of your own choices and actions. You decided this, and now you are in the consequences. You are feeling the consequences. Whatever choice you made had a consequence, and you have to take on the responsibility that comes with that. And beloved, I am telling you this because no matter what you've done, the responsibility is not above you. We are never faced with anything that we cannot handle, even if sometimes the outcome is different from what we expected. We are always able to handle it if we want to handle it, and that is the key. You have to assume responsibility for the choices that you've made. No one else will take that responsibility from you or for you, because no one else can do it for you. If there's something you don't like about yourself, or an experience that you don't like, you have to put up your sleeves and to put in the work and change it, and stop wasting time focusing on other people, what they've done, what they haven't done, what's missing, what they could be doing. Focus on yourself and what you can improve on yourself. Focus on the responsibility that you do have. And I'm being very, very specific to a certain group of people that have wrote to me. It's always easy to blame the other parent. But remember, you chose that other parent. That was your choice. And you have to take on that responsibility. You have to assume the consequences of that choice. I'm not saying this to blame you or to make you feel bad. I'm saying this so that you wake up and that you realize that the children that you have need you. No matter what you've gone through, and everybody goes through something. I have yet to meet somebody who hasn't gone through something. We all go through things. It's part of life. However, you are more intense or less intense, more twisted, this and that. But you have to be willing to face the consequences and take the responsibility for the choices that you've made personally. The consequences that came from your own actions, from your own thoughts, and from the way you have perceived certain events, situations, and even people. Once you take and assume responsibility for that, you're able to change the way you perceive other people. You're able also to reassess the expectation that you have from other people. And you're able to understand that, beloved, there are certain things that only you will be able to change in your own life. No one else. No one else. So, the time is now. I think one of the first videos I've made earlier this year, 2020, was to tell you that 2019 was in preparation for what was to come in 2020. And 2020, of course, it's going to be challenging. If you look in the past, there've been challenging moments. That's nothing new. That's nothing new. Even the challenges is nothing new. If you look into history, there've been the same type of issues before. This is nothing new. It has a new name, a new code, that's it. But it's nothing new. It's nothing that human being as a species haven't faced before. What's different is that you have been prepared. You have been told that you've prepared, and you need to start facing it. Face the things that are inward. Face yourself. Improve yourself. Transform yourself. As only those who are able to adapt will be able to fully and truly overcome this. So, yes, let me know what you think in the comments. And I'll talk to you in the next video.